So you are struggling to get clients for your high level agency and you want to go ahead and start now and see how you can go ahead and increase your revenue, increase your user base, and obviously ultimately you just want to make some more money. So now or this training video is pretty much the video that you want to go ahead and stick around to, because I'm going to share nuggets, and at the end of the video I'm going to go ahead and share the secrets of how we've been able to grow our high level agency. Okay, now I'm going to talk about a few things here, okay? And I want to go out how you can talk about starting today, how starting today from now, you can go ahead and either start working on the systems and the processes to go ahead and get you your next batch, your next set of high level clients, next set of high level users. Go ahead and book more meetings on your calendar, okay? Now, first thing first, we're going to talk about switching up your offer. Okay, we're going to talk about the offer. The offer is probably key. The offer is king, because most people think, having a beautiful high level website or having a high level landing page where everyone comes in, they give you their email, they give you their info. That is, for some way, shape, or form, supposed to be, the end all be all. But that's not true, because you can have the most gorgeous, beautiful website, but if it converts nobody, then you just wasted your time designing it, right? So now, switching up your offer, that's one thing we're going to talk about right now, okay? And obviously getting your next set of clients in the next 7 days. So first, let's start with your target market. Your target market. Who is your target audience, right? What is the market that you're going after? Are you going after, real estate agents? Are you going after insurance agents? Who are the people that you want your high level user base to be around? You see, the mistake a lot of people make in high level is, because high level does so much, they try to be very generic, right? And when you try to speak to all, you end up speaking to none, right? When you try to make your high level agency very generic, you end up having nobody, right? You end up having no one that comes into your business, because guess what? Is your message is not specific. It's the same thing as people who run ads, right? If I ran a Facebook ad saying, we help business owners book qualified meetings, right? Versus we help insurance agents book qualified meetings, versus we help insurance agents in the state of Florida book qualified meetings. Now it's like, whoa, now this guy's good. Versus we help insurance agents in the state of Florida, in the city of Miami. Now we're getting so niche now that you're like, whoa, I'm in Miami. You may actually think, okay, hey, it's going to be too expensive if I try to get everybody in. But is it really going to be too expensive though? Or is the opportunity cost that you're currently experiencing right now by trying to be so generic, are you afraid? Because the thing is, most people are afraid of niching down, because they're afraid that when they niche down, they're going to lose people. They're afraid that when they niche down, people are going to walk away from their business and say, hey, you know what? I don't want to do business with you because you don't, you don't work with my type of people. But let me explain something to you. Pay attention to this. You have to get comfortable saying no to customers. I know this video is supposed to be about you getting more customers. You have to get comfortable, because it gives you the ability to focus more on the people that are in your circle, your customers that basically are, your core value customers. That is the very most important thing about having a niche. Okay, we do not advertise to everybody. We only advertise to a few people, and that's the only thing we do is we speak our message to a few people. So first, you need to pick up your target market. Then, who's your audience, right? Who's your audience? Now, who are you currently selling to? Okay, who are you currently selling to, and who do you want to sell to? Okay, let me go ahead and just turn off my notifications there. Who are you selling to? It is very, very important that you understand as to who is going to be paying that invoice or signing up for that automatic payment, right? That's why the most important thing about niche now. And what are your pain points? The reason why you understand is the pain is the pitch. The pain is the pitch. Think about it this way, right? You do not go to the hospital. You don't go to the doctor unless you're sick or you got to do a checkup, right? It's very rare where people who, let's say you just did a checkup and you just go to the hospital like, hey, doc, I just want to come see you and see that's very rare. So most people usually don't fix problems unless they see a pain, right? Pain is the force, right? That's why when people feel pain, they take action. Right? Like take for instance, in your house right now, let's say it's cold, it is freezing cold in your apartment, or it's freezing cold in your house right now. The likelihood of you staying in that freezing cold, -40-degree house is very slim to none, because it is uncomfortable. So what are you going to do? You're going to seek to make yourself comfortable. So you're either going to turn the heater on, or you're going to go somewhere warmer. That's how human beings are designed. We're designed to operate, to move away from pain towards comfort, right? That's how you have to understand it is to, if you don't understand your prospect's pain, then why should they move, right? Same thing. If you're selling with no pain, why should they move, right? So what are your pain points, right? And have you asked yourself the question, what is the one high level feature that if they use today, the one high level feature that if they use today and only just use that one feature over the next 70, 90 days, they will continuously grow your revenue, right? What is that one feature that if you use that as your offer and they use that starting today, over the next 90 days, your business can grow, right? For instance, let's say your target audience is restaurants. What is one thing that might help restaurants get more customers? Okay. One thing that might help the restaurants you're targeting and get more customers. Most people don't target a restaurant niche because honestly, you're not going to really. I haven't targeted the net restaurant niche, so I can't really speak from personal experience. But I can say that the average profitability of a restaurant does not justify me, going into that market, right? There's the reason why we focus on insurance agents, because insurance agents typically are having a profit margins, if they do it right, about 73 to 74%. And I know this because I used to be an insurance agent, right? So they have the money to invest, right? And if the insurance agents who actually do it right are usually averaging an income of about 25,000 a month, right? If they do it right. This is not for everybody, and this is not an insurance sales pitch, right? So I know, okay, they have the money, they can afford it, and they are also they're working with leads. So as a virtual assistant agency, we can target them, right? So you have to understand, as far as like, what is the one thing that, back to the restaurant example, that might help the restaurants get more customers? For instance, let's say the workflow builder. Okay, I want to talk just specifically about the workflow builder. I'm not talking about anything else, because remember, the goal is to pick one feature, one. The goal is one. Okay, and then after that, you can build upon that one by adding on extra features. Right? For instance, the workflow builder. Right? What if you created a workflow using text messages or email that would allow users to sign up for promotional offers, and every month you can set up various promotional offers to hit your numbers, right? To hit your members. That's what I wanted to say. What does that mean? Let's think about it. Let's say you go to a restaurant, right? You go to the restaurant, you scan your QR code, you access the menu, right? And at the end of, and then somewhere in there there's a pop-up, right? You can put a pop-up in there where it's like, hey, you know, you want access to this month's offer, right? 10% off. What's your phone number and email? They give the phone number and email. The moment they do, boom, they get automatically added into a high level workflow trigger, right? So now they added into a high level workflow trigger. Now, in that high level workflow trigger, you're like, okay, so now they're in that high level workflow trigger. Now, every month you send them a text message and email because they opted in, like, hey, ABC Steakhouse is doing a 30% discount off the menu, right? Off the menu. Or we having, date night Fridays. Because you can understand, like, if you have a restaurant, you can tweak your business to kind of be a little, you got to make it sound sexy and appealing, right? Date night Fridays, right? Where couples get 20% off, right? Half price Tuesday, where family gets, 15% off. Sugar Daddy Thursdays, where you get the drift, right? Or you can say, spiritual Sundays, where, people who go to church get, 15% off, or Saving Humanity Monday, right? Or Back to Work Monday. You can offer these various discounts and promotional offers. The goal is just to call it something fancy, so people, because you have to understand this, the way I want you to understand, I'm kind of getting a little sidetracked here, right? Let's say you have the same thing, you have a restaurant. They come into your restaurant, right? And people are like, oh, I'm going there to eat, versus, oh, I'm going to ABC Steakhouse because they have Couples Friday. Okay. Date night Friday. Okay. Date night Friday menu. I want to go try the date night Friday menu. All right. It could be anything. You could just switch up the menu and just add a few sections that says date night Friday. It peaks. You see, human beings is so simple. And so we have very animalistic natures as far as how our psychology works, that when you pay attention to why people make decisions, like, it's either you're going based off a herd mentality, or something just basically sounds, you're curiosity, right? Oh, wow. Date night Fridays. Oh, date night Friday menu. Come check out our date night Friday menu, plus get 10% off. Ooh, right? You're like, or you can send a text message like, hey, are you and your spouse not getting freaky? Just saying. I know I play a lot, but let's go. So they can pretty much keep on coming back. There are various instances, but once you find your offer, then you need to find your audience and come up with a strategy to reach them. Okay, so once you find your audience, you need to come up with a strategy to reach your audience, right? If you're still targeting the restaurants, then my recommendation is to go on LinkedIn, okay, or use an email scrubbing tool. You can use D7 Lead Finder. D7 Lead Finder is one of them. There are various tools out there that you can use that can be able to basically help you, assist you in the email scrubbing part of things. To get the names of, you need I would recommend about 700 to 1,000 of the top restaurants in your state. The top restaurants. I'm not a big believer in going for the penny pinching restaurants or the mom and pop restaurants, because those restaurants typically do not have the money to invest in marketing. Okay, those restaurants typically do not have the funds to invest in restaurants, in advertising, or marketing per se, or whatever it is that you offer is, right? So because I want you to be charging at least $500 to $600 a month per customer. That's my goal for you. It's not 97 a month or 197 a month. I have no interest in 197 a month. Does not pay bills. Okay, so 600 a month, 700 a month. That's what I want you to be charging. Okay, I want you to be in the middle, low end ticket range, 600, 700. No $100 offer, 197, 97. Absolutely not. 600, and you're going to only niche to pick at least 100 to 150 clients. Just imagine if you did 600 a month at 100 customers, so 60,000. You get 60,000 a month as opposed to 97 a month, and then you need it's some outrageous amount of people to do that, right? I am a very big believer in making your product so valuable that people have they have no reason not to say, yeah, let's pay more. I like people who pay more, because people who pay more with me tend to stay with me. All right, more commitment, more investment. So to get the names of the 700 to at least 1,000 top restaurants, okay, so you can charge, hey, listen, we will are running promotional campaigns for you, and the way I do my high level is, if you can go ahead, there's a video somewhere. I think it's a video here. I'm working on learning about YouTube. There's a video here somewhere, and in that video I pretty much go over how you can create a high level account without inputting a credit card. So what you're going to do is pretty simple, is you're going to send them an invoice for $600 or $700, and then they will, pay that invoice. When they pay the invoice, you activate you give them a form. Once you give them that form, they fill the form out, and once they're done filling the form out, it will pretty much create the high-level automated account and send them the email login. Your login, you have access to the login. You log into your account, you build it up for them, and then you say, hey, your account's all set up. I'm going to go, and then you can create a workflow. You can literally just create a workflow with custom values, and then just update the custom values to their account. And literally, you can have one template, one high-level template that you have built, and you can resell that high-level template with maybe hour or 2 hours of tweaks and charge 600 to 1,000 a month for it. That is the definition of business. Capitalism, but yeah, business, right? So little work, because it's already built. The workflow is already built. The promotion offer is already built. Everything's already built. You just have to go in there, edit it to match your business and to match your branding. And then later on, after a few months, say, hey, listen, do you also need, let's go ahead and redesign your website. And then you tell them, hey, listen, we redesign your website. And since we've been doing business, I'll just charge an extra, I'll just charge you a one-time fee to set it up for $3,000 or something. I don't know, whatever you want to do, right? And then you just build it onto your account. That is legitimately how you become a profitable high-level agency, right? The bigger the list, the better. But what you would do is you would send out, this is how you send out, because you have 1,000 names. You send out 50 cold emails per day to each restaurant, 50 cold emails. Now, you can use them. The goal is to pitch them your offer. You can use your personal email to pretty much pitch them your offer, but I recommend a tool called Instantly. Now, the reason why I recommend Instantly is because we personally use Instantly, and this is just a screenshot of one of our accounts. And this is pretty much the campaign really peaked up in January is when we peaked up. And right around January is when we peaked up. And from January to early February, we booked 340 million meetings. That's basically, we use it to generate 340 meetings in a span of 3 months for a high-level agency. And we're running, we're doing cold email, we're running Google ad campaign, YouTube ad campaign, we're running Facebook ad campaign. We're doing a bunch of, I have affiliates out there that also promoting as well. So this is how I made feature videos. We generate more than 100 appointments for the agency per week. Okay. Various techniques, because I'm a big believer that one is a lonely number. So we don't rely on one source of lead generation for our agency, right? It's to the point in which now it's just like I hate to say it, we have more appointments than we have salespeople, right? And I'm a big believer in, I like people picking up the phone to sell. I personally, I'm not on sales calls because whenever I sell, I close a lot, but I also kind of like give a lot of free stuff. So I just kind of stop. So the sales manager's like, "Hey, Emmanuel, you're putting too much free stuff in here, which is increasing our cost of operation." So that's another thing you can do, guys. Is just like I said, just cold email them. So it does work, okay? But once you start booking meetings, you will now need to jump on Zoom sales calls and start selling. So listen, this is where sales skills come in, right? Most of you legitimately want to start a software business without ever having to jump on the phone. And that's very difficult because you're going against human psychology. And human psychology basically says that people enjoy human interaction. They want to do business with people. They want to do business with someone else. Am I saying that you can't grow your SaaS business automatically? You 100% can. But how are you doing it? If you are just expecting to run an ad and people just sign up and automatically stay, that's going to destroy your retention. Like what I'm doing right now, if you're doing this where you're making a YouTube video and based off of the YouTube video, people can, they know who you are. And just based off the fact that they know who you are, they can do business with you and be like, "Hey, I'm subscribed to ABC High Level Agency and it's owned and operated by ABC High Level Agency owner," right? They can associate a face to the product, right? There always has to be a face of the product. Now you can do it yourself or you can pick someone else, but the product needs a face. And that's if you want to do it automatically, right? You can do content marketing like this and just make videos and then just pitch it out there. That's pretty much it. So jump on some sales calls and start selling. But like I said, guys, best of luck to you. Hopefully you see success in your agency. But just do me a favor and go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the videos, because this is where marketing meets business. And the reason why is a lot of marketers don't understand how to use the business principles and business psychologies to be able to, go from just being a regular marketer to, going to a point in which you're running a six-figure agency at a bare minimum. I want you running a six-figure agency, bare minimum. That's my goal. 6 figures, bare minimum. If you're not running a six-figure agency, the goal when you watch this channel, keep watching it for 90 days. I'm going to keep dropping content. And in 90 days, you'll be a six-figure agency. That's almost a guarantee, as long as you do everything I tell you. And then obviously, once you get to the 7-figure range, then we can be like, "Hey, good. You have to 7 figures." I legitimately want people. That's why I'm dropping free content. Also, another thing as well, this is just going to be a pitch. I 100% will pitch a product that will help you. You can go to www.riznresults.com or just click on the link in the description below /high-level intros. And you can go ahead and book a free 30-minute consultation with one of my high-level pro experts if you want to learn more about how high level works, okay? And this is where we will pretty much walk on with you and we will create a training plan, usually minimum of 5 hours, where we would work you through setting up your agency and setting up your sub-accounts. And if you also need to hire a high-level virtual assistant, then we'll go ahead and get you a virtual assistant as well. Now, though that link's also in the description. And if you don't have high level, you want to sign for high level, just go ahead and, click in the description as well. Everything's in the description, guys. And that's all I got for you. Just go ahead and sub. Like I said, I'm going to do my best, my absolute best to drop one video a day for the next 1 year. That's the commitment. So let's see. Hold me up to it, guys. And that's all I got for you. I say